Good morning. Sorry, I shouldn't start off this video laughing. I was too busy on TikTok last night, and I'm always on it before I go to bed. But every time I say good morning, I think of that one TikTok.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey you guys, what's up? Today we're going to be testing out all of this good stuff that we had received in our subscription service boxes. I think we're going to be able to play around with just about everything that we got in our boxes today. I'm really excited because I think this is like the first month that I will actually have like almost a full face of makeup to play around with. The only thing I won't have is mascara, contour, I pulled out concealer, and lip products, which is kind of like a first because I always feel like we get lip products in at least one of the boxes, and this month nothing. So I figured we'll go ahead and start off with the eyes. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with the eyes, so that's why I kind of want to do it first, make sure there's no fallout or anything like that, and then we'll work with our base. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes. I'm going to be taking the ABH eyelid primer. Let me go ahead and put some primer on my lid. To blend it out, I'm going to go in with this kabuki brush that we also got. This eyelid primer accentuates everything. Like, if you have the smallest dry patch on your lid, do not use this eyelid primer. The only reason I really like it is because it gives you like a nice white base, so it'll make like the eyeshadows really pop. And then I'm just going to take my sponge and use it to just kind of make everything nice and seamless like that. This primer I am going to set just because I want to make sure that it's not patchy. So we're going to dive into the iconic London palette. This is the Day to Slay palette. And I'm going to take the first shadow called Marshmallow. Ooh, this is a nice cream base. I'm going to take these e.l.f. little sticky things and I'm going to put these right on. All right, let's take the very first shade called In the Nude. It's like this nice soft tan shade. And I'm going to take this all over the lid. This is really powdery. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and layer it evenly on the lid. Let's move into something a little bit deeper. You know what? Let's take the shade Merlot Mondays, because that was one of them that I swatched that I absolutely adored. Maybe this palette would have worked better with the sticky base. Don't be scared to take this all over the lid. We're just going to kind of throw it on there. Okay. Now that I look like I have pink eye, we're gonna move on to the next color. This color definitely is a lot lighter on my lid than it is in the pan. I kind of want to take taupe first. I want to see how deep taupe to taupe is. I don't think, as light as these shades are, I don't think it's going to be that dark. Yeah, you're not going to see anything. These shades are really light. Let's go in with Deep Soul. I think this is going to be a good palette for people that really don't like dark colors. And there is that, you know, that group of people that don't like dark shades for their eyeshadow palettes. And I think this is going to be the one for you. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should have done a tacky base. This is not going to be a dark look at all. I already have a feeling. This is going to be a very light look. Anywho, watching videos like normal, and I started coming across a bunch of videos about stuff that's being put inside subscription boxes not being the same as what you get. I want to know your thoughts on that. I want to know what you guys have to say about that. Some people have got some interesting claims to it about it and talk about it and stuff. I was very much drawn into it. So I decided to take one of these brushes. I think this is what we got in one of our Boxycharms, but it's the tapered blending brush because it's a little bit more dense, so I could pack it on, and I'm just not getting any color, like at all. Like, this is the darkest I can get with this palette. I'm a little disappointed in it, honestly. All right, you know what? I'm gonna stop messing with it because I can already feel my eyes are getting raw. Let's try this. Let's go into the Dominique Cosmetics palette, and let's take Messy Bun. Yeah, see, now I'm getting some pack. Yeah, now I've got some color. There we go. Let's leave that alone. All right, so we've got a couple of colors to choose from. I really am interested in this Closing Party shade, which looks like this. Champagne Chic. Not digging that either. VIP Vibes. That would be pretty, but I feel like that's so neutral. I kind of want to go in with this one. So I'm going to go back in with my eyeshadow primer. I'm going to start packing on Girl Boss. I'm going to use this shadow brush right here and pack it on. There we have it. I'm going to go in with my Aurora face wipes. These are the cleansing hep wipes. Uh-oh, this is burning my eyes. Crud. This is actually by Dermalogica, not related to my Ipsy at all, but this is the Dermalogica Biolumin C eye serum, and they sent it over, and they sent these like little balls, like magnetic balls. Oh, it's supposed to have like this cooling sensation. Oh yeah, that feels good. I used this yesterday before my concealer, and my concealer went on so nicely. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara and lashes. Okay, I went ahead and I applied my lashes. The one thing I didn't use was the Il Makiage ink liner. Let me go ahead and use it. I'm just gonna kind of line the top of my lash line to blend it in. For my face, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Base Tape. This is their hydrating primer, and I am gonna be using a hydrating foundation. So because of that, I do also want to make sure that my face kind of, you know, holds its oils and stuff because I am combination skin. I'm going to go in with the All Nighter by Urban Decay, and I'm going to spray that on my face. And I find that this actually helps kind of hold in the oils. I'm just going to take this amount, put it on my skin. It has like a coconut, I think that's like a coconut scent. This is a flat foundation brush that we have to use, plus we have the sponge. So I think I'm going to go in with this first, kind of pack it on, and then I'll blend everything out with the sponge. We also do have this Wander Beauty foundation. This is the Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation. Now, I have the shade Tan, which I knew was not going to work. I told you guys in my Ipsy unboxing that this was not going to work alone. So I wanted to take something that's, I feel like, kind of similar to it, and something I actually have been enjoying as well. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I've been using this foundation by itself, and I have been so obsessed with the way it looks. I don't feel like it's super dewy. If I set my foundation, which I do, and you set it well, it will look so nice throughout the day. I feel like it gives such a nice finish, and when you combine it with other foundations, it is flawless. You gotta be really careful with this because the packaging on this is just horrendous. I hate it. I really like how, I don't want to say it's flimsy, but it's got a lot of like push to it, so you can really bounce it. And I like that when I get like a foundation brush like this, because I really feel like you can pack on the color, but also really just like stipple it in. Look at that. Oh wow, I like that a lot. Let me know if you're the same, but there is nothing like using a foundation brush for the first time. Well, not the first time, but like right after you wash your foundation brushes. Oh, that's like the best time to use them. All right, let's just take this part of the sponge just for shits and giggles and just kind of blend it out. I'm not the biggest fan of this sponge, to be honest. It's like almost too hard for me, but I kind of feel like I'm hitting my face. It's kind of hard. Ugh. I like the foundation brush better. For concealer, I'm going to take the Makeup Obsession concealer. This is the Mega Conceal. I'm going to take the small sponge and I'm going to use that to blend it out. I feel like the small sponge is actually a lot softer. I like how pointy this is. Really get up in there. We do have a powder to go in with. I'm not going to use this for all of my face because I do like to use a pressed powder for my face to set everything because I do need a little bit of extra coverage. But we're going to go in with the Ciate. This is the Everything Vacay powder. The Everyday Vacay powder. I'm just going to take my sponge again. I'm not going to bake, but I'm just going to set it underneath my eyes. I'm just going to go in with my ABH contour kit. This is actually something I need to use up for my project pan, but I wanted to test out this new brush by Alamar Cosmetics. This is the bronzer brush. I thought this one was kind of unique because it's got the little ridging right here. These Alamar brushes are so soft. Oh my gosh, I love how soft this brush is. It picks up quite a bit of product too. So I'm just gonna I like to stipple mine first. And then just kind of blend the edges right there. I really like the way that that blended it, don't you? I think it looks so good. For blush, we're gonna go in with the Ambient Lighting Blush. I have the shade Diffused Heat, and I'm gonna use it on this Alamar Cosmetics Complexion. This is a complexion brush, but I'm gonna use it for blush. It does not look like blush. Like, it looks so seamless into the skin. Let's go in with Ultimate Tan right here. And let's start off with that shade and run it on our lower lash line. Let's try Deep Soul now. Let's go into the Dominique Cosmetics palette. Didn't I say I was going to play with Pop of Color today? Let's mix Sweater Weather and this color. Let's go in and take Icon. I feel like the metallics are fine. Like, I have no issues with the metallics. It's the mattes that I'm finding to have an issue with in this palette, which really bums me out because when I looked at this palette right now, I was like, this is going to be such a beautiful palette for me to take traveling. Like, yeah, it's not as slim as I would like it to be, but I still think it has potential. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and finish off with my mascara. So I went ahead and I did my lips off camera. I just went in with the Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Head Over Heels. And I'm going to go ahead and set my face before we finish off with some highlight. So I'm going to take the Tarte Stay Spray Setting Spray. I might go in and take Icon. Let's try Icon for your highlight and see how that works, actually. Because I think that's what we said we were going to do. So, yeah, I think it's pretty. I'm just going to go in with the wet sponge here and just kind of press it into the skin. So we are completely finished. This is the look that we created. We'll go ahead and let's start off with the bad because we always start with the good and then end with the bad. Let's start with the bad and with the good this time. Probably would have to say if I'd have to pick anything that I wasn't the most excited, like I wasn't super impressed with, it's got to be the palette. It's got to be the eyeshadow palette, which really bums me to say because the eyeshadow palette was what I was super excited about. And I don't know. You guys let me know down below if you guys are having issues. Maybe it was the fact that I used the ABH primer, but I didn't have any issues with the DC palette when I used it. But the mattes in here, just, they're so powdery and they're so light that it's just so difficult to build up any color and intensity to it. As far as like the foundation goes, definitely gonna have to play with it. I'll let you guys know what I think about the foundation. So far, the way I mixed it with the Wet n Wild, I freaking love this Wet n Wild foundation, which is just crazy because normally I'm not somebody that reaches for a dewy foundation. So if it wasn't for the fact that I was able to test this out through the sweetness of Wet n Wild sending this to me, I would have never even reached for it. So I'm super excited about that. Let's talk about the sponges really quick. So I will say of the sponges, the one that I really did like was the Baby. I felt like the Baby one was the softest. It really did a good job at like blending out. I think it sucked up a little more powder than what I would like it to, but I like how the pointed tip and everything worked out. I didn't get to use this one today. I'll definitely let you guys know how I feel about it. This one I'm just not the fan of, like this complexion one or whatever they call it. It definitely reminds me so much of my Real Techniques. This is dirty, by the way, but it's definitely got that same exact look to it. The design and everything is the same, but I still prefer the Real Techniques over this. This is just way too hard for me, so I know for a fact I probably just won't reach for it very much. I will say that there are some hits and misses in here. Definitely the foundation brush was a hit. I love the foundation brush, so I was really excited about that. And the eyeshadow brushes were okay, but these brushes right here are amazing. This bronzer brush really blew me out of the park. I love how soft it is. Love how it blended out. Like, it really picked up the color, and I like that you're able to stipple it but also blend at the same time. I just love the way it turned out. The blush, I will say, I see why people purchase and spend $80 on those blush palettes, because this is incredibly stunning. Like, it definitely looks like it's my cheeks are just lightly, you know, have a touch of blush, but it doesn't look like it's blush, which is what I really appreciate about this. I would say overall there are quite a few hits, so I'm definitely pumped about this box. I'm definitely pumped to play around with some more of these products and try them out. I'm pleased with the way that the look came out, and I love the way that my base looks. Like, I'm just really impressed. I'm really impressed with my base more than anything. So even if I didn't like the palette, I feel like the eyeshadow look came out okay, but the base is where I'm so so thrilled about it. So that's where I'm at today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you have tried from your boxes. Maybe you found something that you didn't think you'd enjoy and you ended up loving. Let me know if you guys have even gotten your box. I know when I uploaded my boxings, you guys were still just getting your trackers and stuff like that. So down below, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you guys will subscribe. I do upload Sunday through Thursday, 8 a.m. every day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.